Hey, y'all.
We're here. We're here.
What's good?
Live
We're
from.
here. What's good, everybody? I'm ordering
Oh
water
my
on DoorDash.
goodness. Hi.
Hi.
Finish your DoorDash order. We will
I'm just,
let
I'm
everyone.
just throwing, I'm just throwing some water on my. I'm gonna be like, hand it to me. Y'all can't figure it out.
I have an unstable connection. Just FYI. Like surprise,
I can
surprise.
see that I'm a little bit. I think I'm a little bit like you're getting me delayed. I thought it was on my end, but I feel like
No,
it's
girl. It's
probably
always
not.
me. It's always me.
So what's up? So what are we doing today? Do we know? I'm in Oklahoma, everybody.
It's because I'm sitting in a tin box, not because I'm far from the router. Tin box and far. I mean, nothing else I can
Y'all
do.
just having your own conversation over there.
I know. My sister's like telling me why I don't have Wi-Fi. I'm like, I'm very fully aware of this because this is not my first rodeo in the box. Well, then you would think she would know. Well, I can't smoke, and it's not any better outside the tin box, so might as well have a table. A cute tin box. Did you
Hey,
bring your
everybody.
water?
I just ordered my water. I have this water, which is CBD water, and it's delicious.
Yeah, let's talk about that here in a few. Let's get some more people to join us here.
Please,
Let's post it
y'all
on
share the feed.
my Facebook. Share.
Do we share it in Discord?
Here, please share. Go join and share. I did post in Discord. I posted on.
What's up next?
Oh, next is always coming through. See, I moved my computer back, and my Wi-Fi is a little more.
A little bit better. So I'm in Oklahoma, as I was saying before. Chilling here. I'm ready for another nap. I was supposed to go. Listen, I don't know how long I'm going to be here, to be honest, because there's a cloud right there that is looking at me real ugly. So I don't know how that's going to affect the Wi-Fi or whatever.
No worries.
Which is somewhat unstable because it did go out earlier while we were trying to have a meeting, right?
It did. I wasn't sure what that was, if it was just a dying phone or if it was a Wi-Fi thing.
It was a Wi-Fi thing. It just went out on me.
And it could have always, chances are it was mine too.
It was mine, definitely that time. I'm at an Airbnb, which is why I'm outside. Why I'm outside in Oklahoma. It's not too bad actually. It's not like super hot. I'm not sweating or anything. Um so yeah, it's a nice day to sit outside. And my lighting is good. So that works out. But yeah,
Very nice.
I'm on the road. I'm on the road right now and I'm heading back home tomorrow.
All right.
So,
You're taking the 11-hour route, yeah.
yep, 11 hours tomorrow in a car with my dog. He's chill, which is good. He don't really bother me too much. He just sleeps most of the time, unless he has to go to the bathroom.
Right, and then he lets you know.
Right. I peed on a residential street the other day.
Right, and then he lets you know.
Yeah, I did that. I did the best that I could. I want to give a shout out to all the moms out there who don't piss their pants every day. I have zero excuse except that I didn't, I left and I had been, yeah. He says, say what? So I left where I was staying and I went to the bathroom before I left, but I had been, I've been drinking like a lot of water. It's hot as balls in Missouri. So I've been drinking a lot of water and I got to the place and I had to circle the block a couple times to find a parking space. So that pushed, because by the time I got there, I was like, I definitely need to go to the bathroom. But by the time I circled the block a few times, it was already like, you got to get the fuck out of this car and go to the bathroom. So I got out of the car and I walked around the car like 10 times, I swear. And 10 times I walked around the car. And then I looked up and down the street and there wasn't nobody on the street. So I opened my passenger side door. Just one, too, by the way. I did not block the back side of myself. I just blocked the front side. And I squat down beside a building and peed. It was the one time I wish I had a dick. Just the one time. But
You did.
it was necessary. Nobody saw me do it. And everybody knows I did it because I'm saying I did it, but nobody saw me do it.
You gotta do what you gotta do, and every single time that I have to pee out in the wilderness, it is a moment of wishing I had a penis.
I wasn't even in the wilderness. I was
Wilderness, it's the same. You know, you're out in the wild, you know.
I was wearing a dress. So I just lifted that bitch up.
Just a squat. Yep. Simple squat.
Did I know I couldn't use my Go Girl because that would have not been as incognito as me just popping a squat real quick. I would have had to take it out, put it on the thing, and then like hold it and look all weird. You know, it's been weird. So I just squat. I mean, honestly, until they make one, I don't know how they can make one that would be more efficient than just popping a squat in the middle of wherever the fuck you are. But you know what I did not check? I wanted to see if there was an open mic tonight in Oklahoma City. I'm gonna look while we're here. But I did another open mic on Thursday, was it Thursday? Friday. It's Friday the 13th, actually.
It was awesome. I wish I could have seen the whole clip. The one that you sent was great.
Yeah, so he started it after I got on stage, and the first thing I said when I got on stage is, I hope y'all like dick jokes because they coming. And I didn't mean to say that. I didn't mean for it to be like that kind of punny joke.
Funny.
But it was hilarious. And I was like, oh, I didn't even mean to do that, but it worked. So, anyways, it was my second time doing it, and it was really fun. And I showed it to my husband, and you know what he said to me? He said, I'm offended because I was like, some of these jokes are about you. Don't get offended. And he goes, I'm offended that more of those jokes weren't about me. Noted. I got some written down in a book. They're not in my phone, but I got them. Don't worry. You want jokes about you, stand by. No holds bar. No cap. Is that what the kids are saying now? We've started your order. We'll contact you. You better not contact me for no substitutes. What did I say? Comedy open mic.
Oklahoma City.
Let's see. I'm tired right now, though, so I don't even know. Hey, here they come. That's what I said. I said, I hope you like dick jokes because they come in. So good.
Man.
And a couple of friends from St. Louis came and joined me. Open mic nights. Joined me for that, so that was fun. Which is how I got the video. Although if I do this tonight, I don't have nobody to take the video for me, so it would just have to be like pictures or it didn't happen or something. So anyways, enough about me. Let's talk about you. There's no open mics on Monday nights. What's been going on? So you did not come to St. Louis.
I did not.
Correct?
Friend,
Correct.
no, I did not. My best friend and my goddaughter rolled through. It was her kind of like graduation trip. She graduated last year, of course, with COVID, didn't really get a graduation. And so we're besties from high school, and our other girlfriend, Carrie, lives here as well in Colorado. So we kind of crammed a week trip into, what we could as everyone's starting back to school and all that jazz. But got another little tattoo to go along.
Nice.
Just building a little collection until I can get my proper back piece.
That's what I'm saying. I said that the other day. I said I cannot afford a back piece, so I'm just getting like little tiny pieces to suffice until I can get there. Because I need the ink therapy so bad sometimes.
It was my girlfriend's first, and she's like, I'm already ready for 10 more. She's like, I already got them planned out. So
easy.
So yeah. So other than that, just kind of squeezing in work here and there with trying to do vacay things and still work. So
Right.
yeah. I think now school is back in session for a lot of people. Not that you or I have to worry about that, but it does open up our schedule for talking to other people because
some of y'all got to worry about that. And some of y'all medicate your kids for their various illnesses and ailments. And so that can really affect how that works out. And we want to talk about that actually in a future show. So if you have any input on the topic, feel free to send us an email, cannabiscloset420@gmail.com. If you know anybody that's dealing with things like this, definitely feel free to connect us with them. We'd love to talk to them. But we definitely want to talk about what it's like to be a parent. We really want to readdress, I think it was episode 1 or 2 episode 2 that we did Canna Parents, but we really want to readdress that in a different light and talk about the struggles, because like in Colorado, they got these new laws that are going to make it difficult for some adults to medicate the way that they need to. Because if you're going to say an adult is 18 plus, which by the way, depending on the circumstance they are, and I kind of fucking hate that. Like, you either are an adult or you are not an adult. Like, they got to pick one. So basically, you can't buy cigarettes or beer or cannabis if you're under 21. But you can go serve in the military.
Yes, that is
or become a police officer or a firefighter.
All the things except for medicate the way you need to.
You can be taxed as an adult. You can live on your own. You can be kicked out of your house, etc., etc. But if you're a patient, as a young patient, this is a problem because you're an adult, so you don't need, you don't have your parents as your caregiver or whatever. So now you got to find a caregiver. That could get costly for a young person or for any person, really. But if you already, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, your parents obviously could still be your caregiver, but
it pushes this age range into that gray black market or illicit market again, as far as them not having access or having to jump through hoops to get access. And instead of, at that age, in their mindset, all they care about is having it. And so they're not going to necessarily want to take the, extra doctor appointment, the follow up, the knowing which facility can take them or not. I think that that's a big issue, as more facilities are moving from medical to adult use or not renewing their license. Sorry, that was not a delay. That was a delay in my brain and not a delay in the computer.
Yeah.
That, again, our patients lose that access, and not having Colorado not having a great caregiver system, established, it again just puts people in a position to not have access and getting it in other places. So what we're
Yeah, I
doing.
just the laws are making it hard. And also I think that they're just trying to destroy the medical program. We've been talking about this kind of in the background of our conversations, but really, why are you creating these laws within the medical program that make it so much more difficult for patients to access their medicine? But you're not creating laws in your adult use program to make it difficult at all, right? And so it is really, you look at it because these are the same products, ladies and gentlemen. The difference in these products are how they are taxed and the tag that they wear inside of the cultivation facility. That's really the difference in these products. And the tag determines the laws that these plants have to abide by, right? And that we have to abide by when it concerns these plants or products. And that's the difference. They're the same product. They just have different laws attached to them because they're sold under different licenses. And when you're letting this product, right, stay as it is and not messing with it at all and keeping that cost high with the taxes and everything, and you're destroying this product over here and saying it's dangerous for patients, well, you can't have both. Is it dangerous? It's not dangerous. It's not dangerous. First of all, I'm just going to clarify that for everybody. But like, that's what's happening. You can see it. It's blatant. It's so blatant. So,
and here's where, again, when I'm actually just looking at the normal website, and they actually have a headline of 2022 marijuana reform ballot initiative efforts underway nationwide, and it starts listing the several states around the country that are that have reform measures on their ballot. So we can start going through those if you want and talking about that, since we're talking about this. But just of course, it always comes down to the money. And
yeah,
while
absolutely.
We know
let's mull that over. I'm into
we've
it.
got to be the ones that are saying, okay, well, if it is about the money, we want some money going back to our communities, going back to
Right.
those that are, serving time.
Put money into, you want to talk about a social equity program, put money into a social equity, put this tax money back into a social equity program so that we can see more Black and brown ownership. And let me tell you, I was having a conversation today, and the conversation about ownership does not happen here in Oklahoma so much because there's not a problem with Black and brown ownership here in Oklahoma. There's just not a problem with it. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening, noticeably happening. And then other states are struggling with social equity programs. Here's what you do. You create a program that allows individuals from these communities to be able to apply for grant money or whatever the fuck for their license. If they want a license, they can go get a license. Here's the money to do it because we owe that to you because we tore your community apart in the war on drugs. So that's number one. Number two, those of you who own businesses and those of you who frequent businesses, start asking this question. Where are your employees that look like me? Not like me. We know where those employees are. They're working behind the counter in cute little tank tops. Listen, I'm talking, you know what I'm saying. We want to know, where are your employees? And I'm not just talking about on the floor. I'm talking about C-level employees. Do you have C-level employees? Do you have Black and brown C-level employees? Black and brown women C-level employees? Do you have that? Because if you don't, why?
Why?
I was having a conversation with my friend the other day about how St. Louis is, I need to find something about this, but how St. Louis is talking about like creating like a fund to give back to the LGBTQ community through the cannabis, through some funding in cannabis. First of all, St. Louis, your program is shitting the bed right now. You don't have any money to give. And second of all, if you want the second of all, the LGBTQ community in St. Louis is pretty well fucking funded. So actually, you should be probably asking them for advice on how to get your shit together. And number three, if you want to help communities that are lacking in our space, then fucking hire them and pay them a living wage. Stop pussyfooting around with these bullshit wages. Let people go home and be able to pay their bills and not have to go to another fucking job after they've worked fucking 8 to 10 hours for you, struggle busing, also putting their fucking life, by the way, on the line. If we fuck these regulations up, you guys, we get fucked. We get fucked so hard. And you want to pay me $12 an hour for that? Fuck you, dude. Fuck off. You've got money in your pocket, like coming out and falling on the ground. You could burn it, like, and still not lose any sleep over it. And you want me to come work for you for 12? Let me tell you this. I have over 10 years of experience in the legal space of cannabis. And I've spent that 10 years like hardcore educating myself and like really dedicating my time to this. So it's not just been like a lazy bullshit 10 years, right? Do you know motherfuckers offer me a management position? Management. I'm in charge of shit. I got keys to the store. The fucking med can come down on me and take me down personally. $15 an hour. Fuck you. Fuck you. I could go work at Walmart and run a register for $15 an hour with zero responsibility. And you want me to put my life on the line and my career. Like, I've been building this career for over 10 years, and you want me to put that on the line for 15 bullshit dollars an hour? An hour, by the way, management is a salaried job, people, everybody. Welcome to the world. Get your shit together, cannabis industry. Really.
Oh, I had a manager friend who unfortunately, like, they, it's very strict in checking people in, and they didn't do their checks properly, and he like ended up having to like basically like leave Colorado, give his badge back, leave the industry in Colorado because someone didn't have didn't check the person's ID in properly when they went in. And when he checked it, he flashed it again and took it again when he made the sale, but they didn't catch that there was an error or an invalidness to the ID. And he just had, it's just like he had a family. And that's the thing, is like, again, putting your life on line for a plant that we shouldn't.
We've already put our lives on the line for this plant.
Yes.
We've already done that. And listen, white men, I'm talking to you because you're the ones out here making all this fucking money. It ain't the rest of us. I mean, there's some anomalies out there doing their thing. Kudos. I'm proud of y'all. But y'all know who is mostly making money in this industry is white men. And by the way, do something about making this industry look more inclusive, because you guys look like assholes. And also start paying your people a living fucking wage. It's such bullshit. It's such bullshit. You want people to come in and like put their, like, people could go to jail for this. Still, you could go to jail. You could get fined thousands of dollars that you don't have because you're not being paid a living wage. You could be fined. I could be fined as a manager of a store. I could personally be fined, and they don't pay me a living wage. Fuck off.
Something to talk about, and something,
the
again,
minimum wage in your store. If you share this with everybody you know that works and or owns in a dispensary. If you have a single person working in your facility, I don't care which facility it is the cultivation, it's fucking dispensary, it's fucking processing or your bakery or whatever the fuck, if there's a single person in your facility working for less than $15 an hour, get up right now, pause this video, call your accountant, call HR, fix that shit immediately. Everybody in your facility should be making a minimum of $15 an hour. Your manager should be on salary. Your general managers damn sure better be on salary. Your head grower better be on fucking salary. You better be paying that dude buku bucks. Or dude, when I say dude, I mean that inclusively. Women too. You better be paying that motherfucker buku bucks. That is your whole system right there. Why would you not pay this person to make sure that you have a clean and organic and fresh and fire ass product coming down the line, regardless of what you're going to do with it, regardless of whether or not you're putting it into a processed product, regardless of whether or not you're throwing it into edibles, regardless of whether or not you're just throwing it onto the shelf to sell it? Make sure that your head grower is the best that you can find, and the best that you can find, you got to pay that motherfucker.
It will also help to prevent theft, because if your employees aren't being paid well, they will feel entitled to steal from you and make the money that they need to. So this is reason number 2, if you didn't hear the first one. So yes, ma'am. I don't know. I feel like there are some good initiative efforts in here, but again, it's all the same. Bring in the money to a place. North Dakota, again, talking legalization. Ohio, I don't know.
Do you want North Dakota this time? Because last time it was South Dakota. We got to find somebody from the Dakotas.
There's also a South Dakota initiative on here.
Y'all know anybody from the Dakotas? Or are you going to make me actually drive out there and find somebody? Because I do.
I actually think I do know someone that knows someone in the Dakotas. So I'll have that conversation again. And I think they said they know people that are patients. So yeah. But for North Dakota, they're just collecting signatures for proposed adult use legalization.
Okay.
That would allow adults to legally possess and purchase from retail outlets, as well as grow a limited number of plants at home for personal use. They must collect nearly 27,000 signatures by January 2022. So that doesn't give them
very many people live there.
Right? That isn't that.
You have to collect a signature from every single citizen.
It does say a separate group made up of proponents behind a failed 2018 legalization ballot measure will likely be working to qualify an adult use initiative as well. It's like, can we not work together? Do you not work together? No? Working for the same thing, but no. Your idea is better than my idea of getting it legalized. South Dakota, the proponents behind Amendment A, the 2020 ballot measure, which was overturned by a state court, have submitted 4 separate adult use legalization initiatives, but will only pursue them if the state Supreme Court upholds the decision of the lower court nullifying Amendment A. Each of the 4 different approaches would legalize possession of up to 4 ounces of cannabis by adults, as well as the home cultivation of up to 3 plants. Some of the proposed measure would legalize commercial retail sales, others would not. The difference between the 4 approaches are outlined on the link in the normal website if you would like to check that out. That's NORML.org.
NORML.org. There it is. Guys, check that out on a regular basis. There's always a good news story there. You keep up with what's going on in the cannabis space when we're not around. I don't know if you guys caught the last show. I haven't posted. I need to post on definitely Spotify and Google. I apologize if that's where you listen or catch up, and I have been not at home to do that and I haven't taken time to do that. So apologies. But we did post a live show on Thursday. I had to think of what day it was. we did post a live show on Thursday, so definitely check that out because it was really interesting. We played a video. We had several interviews that day. It was a 3-hour show, so you could watch it in parts for sure if you need to. But we had several interviews. Uh, we had a very popular interview. One of the interviews that came through was a gentleman that they build out greenhouses. I want to say it was DAG. Dawn, do you know? Are you still here? It was DAG. Dude straight was beautiful. He looked if you ever watch this, you're beautiful. He was very popular on the show. Everybody loved him. He kind of had a little Patrick Dempsey thing going on. Yeah. So it was very interesting too. And so they build out greenhouses, usually large scale greenhouses. But if it's in the same, I guess they're out of Florida, if I remember correctly. And they said that he said that if it was in the state, it would be they could maybe do more like boutique kind of stuff. But if you're calling them from out of state, bringing them in, it'd be best to spend your money on a large project. So they do some large projects in that arena. And it was really fun. Um, yeah, he was from, I think it was DAG is the name of the company, as I want to say. But definitely check out that interview from Thursday. And we had several interviews on Thursday. We had this one chick that came on. She was cute too. I apologize. I don't remember. I'm not remembering names right now. I'm remembering every other detail except names. It's very rude of me. So my apologies go out to both of you. I will go back myself and watch those episodes, and I will make it up to you. But she came through and she was selling this grind, or yeah, she was talking about selling and talking about this grinder, and it was really cool. Again, watch the video because I'm like drawing. Yeah, I've been driving for, anyways. I don't want to talk about it, but definitely check out that video because it was several interesting interviews. But this grinder that she had didn't have any teeth on it, so it was like kind of not flat. It had like waves almost in it, and then it was like and then holes in the bottom. So you put your herb where the hole, on top of that, but there was no teeth at all. It was just, and then something about the friction causes the herb to fall through the holes. And then if you don't grind for too long or whatever, you can usually maintain those larger stems in the top part. And then when you take it apart, then the keef that well, one of them had a keef catch and the other one didn't. But yeah, so it had separate, but the flour was almost, it wasn't powder, but it was more fine than what I would get from a regular grinder. So I think I don't know for sure, but I think I might have lost MJ. So I'm gonna keep talking until she comes back. It's not a big deal to me, I could talk forever. That grinder was dope. I wish I could remember the name of it off the top of my head. I have all the cards in a pouch. All my stuff's still packed up. I'm at an Airbnb in Oklahoma right now, so I'm just chilling out here, trying to. Oh, let me talk to this DoorDasher real quick and let them know that I am. Um, oh, she's coming back. I hear her coming back. I need to let this DoorDasher know that I'm in the back house, so I don't have to go get my water from the front house. So, hey, I'm in the back house on Barnes, not in the main house.
I'm back.
Text me when you get here, and I can tell you how to get to where I'm at. I think that my last DoorDasher might have canceled because it might have been the guy that I yelled at for not being able to follow instructions. So this time I'm like, hey, just hand it to me. And since they have to hand it to me, they have to see me face to face. They can't just drop it at the door, which I don't really want him to hand it to me. I would just let him leave it at the bottom of the stairs, but I don't want them to leave it at the other house because I'm in the over the garage house. which my day has been interesting. He said, okay. My day has been interesting. It's been trying to get me down, really. I always have a hard time just with all the travel and everything. I'm just so exhausted. So today's Monday, and I decided I had a couple of errands I wanted to run today. I wanted to like go visit a place, and then I was just gonna come back here and do the show and whatever. Meet up with some friends, whatever, you know. So, anyways, I get in my car to go to visit this place that I'm gonna visit, and I get a text as I'm pulling out of the driveway that I can't come, that has been canceled. So I was like, this day is really trying to get to me, because I was like all waking up. I was kind of like grumpy when I woke up, you know? And so I was like, this is really gonna try to get to me. So what I did, I rolled a couple blunts before I got in the car to begin with. And so I just smoked one of those. I actually jumped into a Discord room with some people to kind of like bring myself down a little bit, which I highly recommend, just hanging out with some chill ass people and like smoking a blunt when you're feeling that way, because it really did help. And then I went to the mall and I just walked around. I didn't go into any stores. I did use the bathroom because we've already had this conversation about my bladder. But I walked around the mall for a minute. I did get some anti-ans, so I got a receipt for it. Don't worry. But other than that, I didn't do anything. I just walked around, and I got back in the car and I came back, and I had a friend visit, and it was cool and was chill, and I felt much better. But the day really did. I was kind of upset, you know, because I've been planning for this, but I'm trying to be like, I'm telling you all this story because it's got a, I know receipts are always good. I'm telling you all this story because there's a point to it, is that, this day tried to really get me down, but then I was like, here's the silver lining of it. This place I was supposed to go to is 2 hours away. Right. So was it like sucky that I got this message that I couldn't come to this place? Yes, very. It sucked. I really wanted to go. But also, if I had been even halfway there, I would have kept driving, and I would have brought matches with me. I would have burned the whole shit down. Seriously, like I can't do it. If I had made the whole 2 hour trip, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I would have been on Google trying to figure out how to create a bomb. I would have just been like, we're done here today. I'm just joking. This is just a joke. Y'all catch my open mic when I post it on my TikToks. Seriously, I'm just joking. But yeah, I was like very grateful that it happened as I was pulling out of the driveway here, instead of me getting all the way there to find out that I couldn't tour the facility.
Yeah, the universe is like, we do not need Queen burning shit down. So let's go ahead and get this message to her sooner. It could have been sooner, as in like yesterday, but 2 hours ahead of time before you actually got on the road.
And I'm in between. You know, my hanging out with a friend of mine and being home with my love. So it's like that in between space that I'm in right now, which is sometimes uncomfortable for me. I'm learning to live in it. But I did learn this week, staying here in this place, that I definitely would like to. I would definitely like to have my own apartment.
I mean, I don't know where as a person who is not attached, I love having my own apartment.
I love living with my husband, but honestly, a lot of times, and he'll attest to this, a lot of times we don't even hang out when we're home together. We kind of hang out in our own separate space, and then every once in a while somebody check in like, you good? You want to eat? like, you know what I'm saying? So it's almost kind of like that now. I mean, we sleep in the same bed. And of course, I mean, our relationship is great. Y'all don't worry about us. We're doing fine. Absolutely. I'm not lying to you. Any of my friends can attest to this as well. Y'all have seen us together. But I mean, honestly, we just we're in a place right now in our 40s where we just like our own space and we take it. I mean, that's where I'm at right now, and I feel like that's where he's at too, because that's kind of what's happening. That's what happens, you know.
Yes, we can. I know I have friends that have separate bedrooms at least, and they do, like don't sleep in the same bed because they're like, that one snores.
I do enjoy
that one's
sleeping in the same bed with somebody.
I need a hard mattress.
Right. I couldn't do that.
Like they have their
I couldn't do the like
other time, but it's like, you're allowed in my room or not.
So we'll meet in the middle, right? I couldn't do the snoring thing or like anything like that, or like restless sleepers. I couldn't do that. I would definitely need separate bedrooms for that. But generally speaking, I like the cuddle factor. I like to be able to like, reach back and know that there's somebody there, kind of thing. So that part doesn't bother me so much. Actually, that would be the part that would suck about living on my own, is not always having that, but also, I mean, sometimes waking up on my own is really nice too. Just, and then I can just stay there as long as I want and nobody's judging me, or I don't feel like I'm judged at home, but also a little bit, I feel like maybe I might be. So I don't think he judges me when I am in those spaces, but I'm judging me. So then I feel like maybe he's judging me too.
Well, yes, I don't feel judged by anyone except for when I'm like, oh, yeah, I didn't join y'all on the Discord because...
Yeah, we don't judge you for that at all. Freedom of speech, loving. Not. Thank you, Doggo Doc. Yeah, I don't know. My own apartment would be nice. I do, full disclosure for everybody. I have my own room. It's not a bedroom. Well, it is a bedroom, but it's not where, can you not use that language though? I would prefer if you didn't. We're going to just not do that. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. But I have my own room.
I don't know how to do
my internet might go out, you guys. So I have my own room, but it's like my closet, and my office and like that, just kind of space like that. Hopefully my internet doesn't go out, y'all, but if it does, it's been nice talking to you. It's been so far a good show.
Hey, mine already went out and came back, so do what you gotta do.
So maybe I can make it back. But there's a big, huge storm cloud. It is just like floating over. I'm going to show you guys. Hold on, because I'm outside right now. Let's see if I can flip this around and get it where you guys can see. Can you see that?
Yes.
It's moving over the house.
Ooh, it looks like a little dragon right there.
Oh, yeah. The other day I saw a penis in the sky.
All day, every day?
I did. It actually, I was talking to somebody. I was like, because I was driving. So I was just like chit-chatting with somebody, to keep me going. And I was like, oh my God, that cloud looks like a penis. No, wait. It looks like, you remember like when you remember back, I think it was like the 90s or maybe even early 2000s. And the first time I heard about this was on Sex and the City, but it was the rabbit. Remember the rabbit? I mean, they still sell it. It's got the ears. Straight up looked like a rabbit in the sky. It looked like it had the like ears and then like the shaft. It looked like that in the sky. Yeah.
That's a perfect. You just
I might be going. It's trying to hang. Still here. Am I still here?
You are. You're. Just as good as my. Nope, she's gone. She's out. Give her a second. She'll probably be back. But while she's out, I'll go ahead and run through some of our sponsors that we haven't shouted out to. You are in with the Cannabis Closet with Canna Queen and MJ. Canna Queen is taking a no Wi-Fi internet break. Oh, there she is. There she is.
Am I back? Am I back? Hold on,
let me call this guy. Breaking into some commercials.
Hold on. Let me see. Let me call this guy. This is professionalism. And oh, look. Yeah, do that.
Spoke about how to take a break.
Do they have more than one? Hey, do they have more than one? How many do they have?
Oh, this is important, y'all. This is about water.
Yeah, give me all of those. I'm ordering Topo Chico.
I know. I'm going to put you on mute and then just do a little sponsor call here. Yeah, V9 Grows, V9Grows420.com. It's important. Water is important. That means hydrate. This is this message brought to you by Hydration and V9 Grows. And hopefully my Wi-Fi is catching up here. V9Grows420.com. I think they've shifted over from the Facebook platform, and check out their website to get updates. Also their app. I believe they're still doing, Levon's still doing shows at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, so certainly check them out. Thank you, as always, V9 Grows, for making the Cannabis Closet podcast available to the masses.
Dude, hey, listen, Doggo Doc. Listen, I'm gonna pause you. I'm sorry. Listen, unmute me. Listen, Doggo Doc.
Right in time.
Doggo Doc, listen, I feel you. I feel what you're saying. But if you don't stop having this conversation, you got to go, man. I can't. You're gonna offend some people. I don't want even a reference of that word in my feed right now. So please kindly stop having that conversation and join the conversation that we are actually having, that is not about South Park and not about whatever the fuck you are having. So, okay, because we're actually talking about stuff. And if you don't want to talk about the stuff that we're talking about, you can go find another podcast to join. That's fine with me. I love having you here, but we're not going to even make reference to that word in my comments right now. You understand? Okay, so stop it, please, and thank you. Okay. Thank you very much. I'm talking about whatever the fuck we're talking about. What are we talking about in here? Y'all on Twitch, don't worry about it. Y'all on Facebook, don't worry about it. The person knows who I'm talking to. Please refrain. Thank you so much. Okay. Back to our sponsors.
Yeah.
Hey, don't explain yourself. You don't need to. I don't want your explanation. I've asked you to stop. This is my space, right? Okay, and you've entered into my space. So please stop. I understand. You don't have to explain yourself. I understand. I have comprehended. I comprehend what you are saying.
We're going to put you in a timeout if you don't stop.
Okay, moving forward.
I found the button. I found the button. You just tell me when.
Sorry, should have.
So I just gave our shout out to Levon. Hopefully everyone's finding him away from the Facebook platform.
You seem like you're a dick that doesn't know how to follow instructions. That's what you seem like, okay? That's what you seem like. You seem like you're coming into somebody's space to disrupt their peace on purpose. So that doesn't actually make me the bitch here, which is what you were next going to say about me after calling me nagging, I'm sure. Whatever. Move the fuck on. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put him in timeout. Peace out, Doc. We've got other things to talk about.
Yes,
so, who else we got? Let's throw some love out to.
So shout out to Levon. I apologize for interrupting that shout out because I'm not going to let somebody make reference to words like that in my feed. I'm sorry. I don't care. But shout out Levon, V9 Grows. V9 Grows sponsors this. I'm sure MJ has already said that, sponsors this whole feed. And we really highly appreciate you. I want to give a shout out to Fleurvert Academy, too, for sponsoring our space on Wednesday and Thursday at the Midwest Canna Expo. Damn, this dude got me on fire. Now that I'm on fire, can we talk about Midwest Canna Expo? Because I could feel like I could talk about this. Anyway, Fleurvert Academy at gmail.com, 314-495-7259. Check out what classes they have available. They often have home grow classes and things of that nature. And then there's also a virtual clinic that covers Illinois and Missouri, 314-465-8516. You would talk to Don, the cannabis advocate, and you can schedule your appointment through fleurvert.setmore.com. For those of you listening, instead of watching us, we have the scroll on the bottom. If you are listening, it's Fleurvert, FLEURVERTE Academy. Yeah, go ahead and block that one too, baby. Maybe even notice.
Got it.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. So we appreciate you guys letting us sit at the table. Shout out to Marnie Madison, owner of Fleurvert Academy, and Don, the cannabis advocate, who runs the Fleurvert clinics, the virtual clinics in Illinois and Missouri. If you guys are looking to get your cannabis card, go ahead and give them a call in Missouri and Illinois. Who else do I want to talk about? Let's talk. So we're talking about the Midwest Canna Expo a little bit. I just want to talk about this because I'm not being okay. Listen, I was mad about it at first. I recorded a whole ass video about this. I said some shit in that video that maybe I should not have said, and I don't know if I'm going to repeat it here. So this is going to be like off the cuff. So let me put this up. I'm going to show this. So I was at the Midwest Canna Expo Wednesday and Thursday. It was okay. I said this in the live on Thursday. It was okay. The attendance was, decent for what it was. I will say, Missouri's kind of shit the bed on this. And so why would we come to an expo about Missouri, when there's nothing happening in Missouri? You hear me? So right. we're it's a struggle bus. It's a full struggle bus. I'm really just trying to get some water, so I apologize that I'm a little distracted on that. You hear that?
Ooh, yes.
Let me tell this story and then we're gonna wrap this up because I feel like it's gonna knock me out in any moment. Okay, so I just want to say that I was there to do interviews. I was given a ticket for free by from Corinne. Thank you, Corinne, for our ticket to be able to come out to the expo and do the interviews with the vendors and talk to people, and it was great. And I was glad to see you guys again. I have a lot of friendly acquaintances, friends that I've hung out with, etc. out here, and I feel listen, are we going to do this all day? Let's see how it goes. So anyway, so I was really glad to be out there, and go ahead and ban that one too. We're not going to explain why people are banned on our channel. We're just going to do what we want here because this is our channel. Anyways, no, I'm actually wait, don't ban yet. No, actually, I'm pro-Greek. I'm actually pro-Greek, actually. I lived in Greece for 2 years, spent a lot of time in Greek culture. I'll go back in a heartbeat. I'm anti-asshole. So, block. Go ahead. Move on. All right. So
yeah, don't throw up links. Don't throw up anything in here. This is not your channel. So if you do, you're going to get blocked, and there are no questions. So keep on listening. You just don't get the comment.
Woo! Trolls are thick in here today. I ain't got no problems. Whatever. We just gonna block you. We ain't even gonna. That's the last explanation we gonna get. Yeah, we don't need that. That's the last explanation we're going to give. So anyways, so I was there to highlight the vendors. I was highlighting the vendors. Anybody who watched the show on Thursday knows. I was highlighting those vendors. I was telling people, to go check them out, etc. So one of the vendors or organizations there was an organization that has been on our show before. It was the Cannabis organization in St. Louis, Missouri. And I really want to say for the record that I support the initiative that Cannabis Project does. I want to say that before I say anything else. And I want to also say, before I say anything else, that I don't care if you're doing it for the wrong reasons anymore. I'm just glad that you're doing it. Okay. But you're doing it for the wrong reasons. You were offered an opportunity to do a not an exclusive, but like a an interview to highlight your organization. You were given an opportunity to do an interview to highlight your organization. Yes, it's on our show. Do you have a problem with the last time you were on our show? You probably do. It's probably because you failed to go back and watch the show again to see who was in the right and who was in the wrong. And if you did actually go back and watch the show again to see who was in the right and who was in the wrong, which I don't think there is like a one side or another on that for the record too. But you would probably, I mean, if you're not just a complete narcissist and are willing to open your mind and grow, you will probably see what was happening, where we were coming from, and that any criticism that you got to your organization was purely constructive, because we want to see you do better, and we want to see you do better in the communities that need you the most, So I hope you see this, but I offered you an opportunity to come on to highlight your company. The last thing that you said to me directly that wasn't an insult or an attack on my person, my character, or my podcast was that you felt that you were misrepresented. I will say for the record that there was only one white male on the panel that day, episode 4, if you'd like to go back and watch it. And that white male had the last word on the panel. So if you were under or misrepresented, it wasn't because of anything that I did. You had an opportunity to put last words in. I gave everybody an opportunity for last words. And you too, both of you had an opportunity to speak on what you thought you misrepresented. And on Thursday, I also gave you another opportunity to do that, and you declined it because of what? Because of your ego? Because what I'm trying to do is help the cannabis community and make us a better community. And what you say you're trying to do is to help the cannabis community, those who have been imprisoned specifically, and make us a better community. And if we're both trying to do those things, then why would you decline an opportunity to have a conversation about what you do, and specifically and especially that you have one of the prisoners with you, or one of the former ex, I would say ex, I don't know how to say this and not be offensive, but a person who's previously in prison has been released. He was on had minor cannabis charges, nonviolent offenses, has been released. And part of that effort was through the Cannabis Convict Project. Why can't we sit down and talk about that and highlight that? Especially if you feel like the last time that you were on our show, you were mis or underrepresented. And especially because you know that that we have a pretty decent following in Missouri who listen to our show, who probably appreciate seeing you humble yourself and get your ass on the camera and talk about this project that needs to be that needs to reach communities it's not reaching. And you didn't do that. I'm going to say that I'm glad that I didn't post that video because it wasn't this at all. I have had more time to sit with it. I made that video. Come down this way, bro. Oh, I know. Listen, they're going to deliver my water to the wrong house.
Happy 20 East Coast.
Happy 420.
West Coast. Happy 420 somewhere. Everywhere. All
So
day, every day.
So yeah, I just want to say that if the people from the Canna Convict Project watch this, I want to say to you that I don't care if you're doing it for the wrong reasons. I think that you are, okay? And there's several reasons why I think that, including the fact that one of your members has actually used the term race card to put somebody of color down for having an opinion that they didn't agree with, okay? And actually a factual opinion at that. So that's number one, but do it for the wrong reasons. I don't care. Just do it. But also take the constructive criticism and take the opportunities. All publicity is good publicity, in my opinion. I will say that every day, every single day. There you are. There he is. See, a man that can follow instructions. This is what I love. So anyways, that's what I wanted to say. I want to say that if also, having said all of that, now that you know where I'm coming from, if you watch this podcast, now that you know where I'm coming from, I'm up here, bro. Just come to this gate right here, this black gate right here. Okay. So again, if you watch this, sorry for the unprofessional little interruption. I'm trying to get my waters, y'all. If you were watching this right now, I am once again, I don't care if you're doing it for the right reasons or the wrong reasons. I don't care what your reason is. Missouri needs this. Communities of color in Missouri need it the most. And I want to see this program succeed. If you just put it on the inside of the gate, that'd be awesome. I want to see this program succeed, and I'll do whatever it takes to help you do that. Okay? Because I don't care if you're doing it for the right reasons or the wrong reasons. So, again, if you or one of your friends watches this or somebody watches this, it gets to you, Canna Convict Project, I'm extending an offer for you to come on and shed some light on what you do. I don't care why you do it. We won't even talk about that. I want to shed some light on what you do in Missouri and what you need to reach these communities. One of the things that we said you needed was a revamp of your website because it looked awfully bright when we looked at it, which means white for anybody that's not keeping up with the terminology. There's a bunch of blonde women and blue-eyed people. You know, it's just like, what? How are you gonna? People, listen. I'm going to tell y'all something that may not feel very comfortable. I'm about to get rained on, but I'm going to tell y'all something that's not going to feel very comfortable. Okay, and here it is. Black people don't trust white people, and black people have every right to not trust white people. There's not a single reason for black people to trust white people. If you want to be a trusted person in communities of color, then prove yourself over and over again, no matter the criticism, no matter how much they say they don't like you, no matter how much they say they don't trust you, no matter how much they say they don't want your help. You just keep doing what you do. And I also want you to sit back and shut the fuck up. Like, seriously, sit back and shut up. Because a lot of our problem is that we do too much of what I'm doing right now, is we talk. And because we want our point of view heard, and we want to prove that we're not that type of white person, right? But that's not going to make people trust you more. You know what's going to make people trust you is when you go out into your community and you do the things that you say you are going to do. When you go out and you do those things without actually saying you're going to do them, you just do them without saying, look at this is what I did. Look at what I did. Look how I brought these people together. No, we see you. Okay. We see you. We don't need you to explain it in words. I want you to show it in your actions. And I mean that in both ways. I mean that when you criticize somebody by using words like race card, I'm going to need you to remove those words from your vocabulary, words like that from your vocabulary. We're not going to do that. Okay. If a person of color has a point of view that you don't agree with, then don't agree with it. Okay. You don't have to agree with everything that everybody says. I don't agree. I'm on TikTok, you guys. I get, in the For You page, you get all kinds of people, right? And I get a lot of times, like, I get feeds about from black women and black men too, that say things like, white people, you shouldn't do this. white people, blah, 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 this. And there's some things where I'm like, well, that's a little harsh. Maybe they're right. I definitely consider it for sure. I definitely kind of gauge the subject, if you will, because there are certain things that definitely they're right about that I should not be doing. It's not right for me to do. And there are other things that's like, everybody kind of does that. But I understand why you might take offense to it. And I got nothing to say about it. I'm not even going to comment on that. I'm going to let you say what you got to say in your space, right? We need to learn to do that more. I block this person who keeps coming back for more. I block him every time he's come up in the comments. He keeps going back and making new accounts because he needs my attention so badly, right? And I keep blocking you because I don't need an explanation for your behavior, right? I don't need an explanation for your behavior. I need you to correct your behavior and then we'll move the fuck on. And that's it, right? So if you get called out, Brennan said this before, if you get called out, call the people in. If you get called out, take a moment and think about why that might be offensive or why you might have been called out. What kind of space are you in? What kind of audience are you talking to? What is, you got to think about the whole broader picture of things. You can't just, expect everybody to care about your opinion. That's super privileged of you, by the way, if you do that. So, where was I going with this? The point is just like, do the thing. If you're doing it for the wrong reasons, I don't even care anymore. I just don't even want an explanation. I just want you to do the thing because we need a better community and we need to serve the people better. And if that means that we got to have some of these motherfuckers in here doing what we need done for the wrong reasons, then I guess, sure.
Well, so this is the time, like, we do want to have a serious conversation about the what we're calling POWs of this, the whole industry. And the Last Prisoner Project, we would like to, I believe we've got to make our connection there, but we would like to talk to more people that are doing this, that are advocating for patients. What stumbling blocks they are coming up against? Are there individual state activists that, could be working together saying, we've already done this, this is where we made headway, you should try this too. Like, this isn't an individual conversation because it's a conversation every state is having. And
right.
So,
except Oklahoma. Oklahoma doesn't seem to have a problem hiring or making sure that Black men and women, brown men and women have access to this industry.
So that's like, when we say these lawmakers cherry pick from other states, like, this is what we need to push. It's like saying, this is what has worked for Oklahoma. This is where we have seen things that make it possible for communities of color, everybody, to participate in a plant that is for the masses. It's for...
Right. And you guys, when I say that, it's not to say that Oklahoma doesn't come with its own issues. It does. I mean, absolutely, there are issues here. They definitely need to nail down some, maybe a little bit more strict regulations in some places, and they need, figure that kind of stuff out. But basically, anybody can go in and buy medicine, and basically, anybody can, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's kind of like an open. It's an open market. I mean, you have to have your medical card, but I don't feel like it would be too difficult to get it. And they don't have a list. So it wouldn't be too difficult to get it. If you're an Oklahoma resident, then you can get your medical card for anything at all. When I say that's a common terminology that is used right now. If you have better terminology for me to use other than communities of color, I'll be happy to insert that into my vocabulary. But that is common terminology when we discuss Black communities, brown communities, and the like, etc. I don't even know how to say that without sounding somewhat offensive, but communities that are not full of white people. There. What was I going to say? Shit. Oh, the one thing I want to say, what do we need done for what do we need done for the wrong reasons, was asked in here. And when I say for the wrong reasons, I don't mean that they're doing it for like, what I mean is that people who do it for the right reason, I guess the wrong reasons isn't the right terminology for me to use either way for me to say it. But people who are doing it for the right reasons are doing it because they want to see our community as a whole be better. And they want to see people who they love, known or not unknown, do better. And they want to see equity within our community. And so that's why, in a good point, okay, please let me stay here for this good point. That's, I hope, am I recorded? Am I on? I'm making this good point. So that's why they do what they do. So people who don't, people who do it for just the accolades, like, look what I'm doing. Look what I'm doing, right? That is what I would consider the wrong reasons. But do it for that reason anyway. If you want to be put on a pedestal for the work you're doing in communities that don't look like you, then go do that and do it for the wrong reasons, because it just needs to get done. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And I honestly think there's probably is a better, actually, I feel like there probably is a better way to say that. I just don't know it, and it hasn't been embedded yet. So, uh, but yeah, so if you want to be a part of the change, join Normal, NORML, um, uh, become an advocate, uh, study in the space, learn about what's going on, show up at community and or county and city hall meetings and things like that to have your voice heard. It is important to be in the room. It's important. Inclusion happens because people show up and in the room. And the lack of inclusion happens because a bunch of white men are sitting in a room making decisions for everybody else. So, just show up. And if you own a business, if you're a business owner, hire people inclusively. Don't just hire your friends. Don't just hire people who look like you. Don't just hire people who make you feel comfortable inside. Find discomfort, okay? And work with people who don't look anything like you, who come from a background that's not anything like yours. It's the only way we can grow, and it's the only way we can make this industry more inclusive. And pay them a
they're way cooler than you.
Living wage. Pay them a fucking living wage, please. God damn it, pay them a living wage.
Yes.
Look at me. I was like, do we have videos to play? Because I don't want to do this show today. And then we come on here. I was so tired. Not that I didn't want to do it. It's just I'm so tired right now. Yeah. I want to say to Dogmatically Inclusive, race shouldn't matter. It should not. But the unfortunate part is that if we don't make an effort to include everybody right now and make a point of saying that these individuals are being excluded from this race that we're in the cannabis space, then it's not going to happen. Then white men are just going to hire more white men and white women, frankly. I would say that we're a minority only because there are laws that prevent us from having equality in healthcare as women. But as white women, I would say we're a small minority. Class is very important as well. It's another conversation that we definitely want to have. Social equity is a shit terminology that doesn't mean anything in this space. And it's used as fluff for including regulations that would include people who are not white men, but then they just end up hiring white women who are married to white women, white men who run the business. So, it's a whole cycle, and it's something that we really need to pay attention to and try to, put a stop to it and change the way the industry looks and runs. I mean, because honestly, like seriously, if we change the way the industry looks, we also change the way the industry moves in the space that we're in, because now we have other people's points of view, And I think that's all I'm going to get with you guys. I think that I'm going to be pushing it if I try any further. What do you think, MJ?
Yeah, I'm getting tired of this dogmatically inclusive. We're not
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
to
Well, I
you
feel like we
today.
already know
Like,
who
thank
this
you
is,
for
but
the
since they're not
information.
saying,
You're fine. Like, get out of here
yeah,
now. Like, peace, dude.
yeah, yeah. No, I feel like it's the same person, but we're just giving you an opportunity to be in here. And yeah, now you're gone. Okay, goodbye.
Yeah, bye.
So, you guys, I'm going to have to go because this storm is coming and it's going to knock everything out. So,
Girl, I think you're good. I think we had plenty to say, but we are putting those calls out. So please send us a message, email us if you have anyone you'd like us to talk to.
yes, for sure. Hey, let's throw this up too. If you guys know anybody that needs a rehab, that needs an educator in this space, somebody to come in and train the staff so that you guys can have a better staff to service your community, let us know. CQLLC Cannabis Consulting, customer service CQLLC at gmail.com. 970-426-5985. We are cannabis educators and consultants. We come in, we rehab a facility like that, right? And we're beautiful, so it's fun to have us around. We're funny too. Just bring us into your space. We'd love to be there. Give us a call, 970-426-5985. With that, I want to say, everybody, be nice to yourselves. Don't worry about the trolls in life. You know, we can just block them and move along. Just dust that dirt off your shoulders, babies. Be nice to yourself. Stay lifted, everybody.
Yay, cultivate love.
We will see you next time. Stay tuned for bonus episodes. We got lots of videos to share in the near future. Love you guys. Thanks for hanging with us. Thanks for getting through all those trolls with us today. And we'll see you on Monday at the latest, I promise. All right. Peace out.
Peace.